Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at an email that I recently got that basically just completely nukes me, man. Now this email is coming from, I guess, a longtime viewer of the channel, supposedly. I mean, this is one of those things where like you can never really prove who it is or whatever, which that's not really the intention, but like, I love how a lot of the times when you get emails like this, it's always coming from somebody who's watched you for like 70 years. You never have somebody who's been watching you for like 2 months criticizing you or leaving you one of these emails. It's always conveniently somebody who's just been watching since right when you started blowing up. It's incredible. Like, they only found out about your channel. They were like one of the first people to figure it out. I don't know, but if you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably know that every couple of months or so we do a video where I basically respond to an over-the-top email that I get. Now, I get a bunch of emails to my business email, whether it be actual business inquiries, fan letters, people telling me they appreciate me, which all means the world to me, but of course I also get the stinkers, you know what I mean? I get the shitty emails that, are basically there to try to ruin your day. And of course, I'm not special for this. Everybody has this happen, especially when you're in a public platform, but it's kind of funny to me because most of them you can just easily pick apart, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So I've already read through this email, and I'm gonna give you guys a quick plot synopsis of what this person is crying to me about. They claim that I've basically transformed my entire YouTube channel from being some sort of like edgy line skirter who actually, basically is pushing the boundaries of what YouTube can be, and I've basically morphed into this corporate, family-friendly sort of creator that only does everything he does for money. He goes on to give a couple of examples of things that I've done commercially to prove that I only care about money and that I only do this for money, as if that's even really a bad thing for somebody to only do YouTube for money. I feel like it's one of the most overused points of all time, but in this video I'm going to prove why that's just simply not true, and we're basically just going to pick this email apart. Obviously I'm not going to show you guys who sent this because, well, that'd just be kind of messed up, but anyway, let's go ahead and start diving into this email. I began watching your channel in 2018 after your video The Day Minecraft Died, and since then I've been very disappointed and frankly shocked at how much you've changed. The person behind the channel doesn't seem to actually be there anymore, and you've gone down a very YouTube-friendly path towards only doing things for money. Your videos aren't the same anymore either. What was once a channel dedicated to skirting the lines of what YouTube allowed is now simply a product. You don't stand on anything you've said or use your platform to do anything except fatten your own pockets. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this. So I genuinely want to ask, what about my videos have changed? Like, you're claiming basically that like I've done all these changes that have just made my content super family like just friendly, I guess. I don't know, like I'm only doing this for ad revenue or like to get boosted on YouTube. I don't know. If I was going down like this YouTube friendly path of only doing things for money, I wouldn't fucking cuss in my YouTube videos at all. I wouldn't use violent video game gameplay at all anymore because that's actually something you have to check off when you're monetizing your content. I wouldn't cover sensitive topics like the Ukraine war and just even recently the Sri Lanka protests and things like that. So that leads me back. What about my videos have changed? I mean, I'm still using gameplay. I'm still commentating. I'm still talking about the same topics. I don't know what about my content has changed so much that apparently I'm just like some sort of like corporate friendly YouTuber all of a sudden. I don't think I was ever a channel that quote unquote skirted the lines. I don't think I've ever been one of the more edgy channels on YouTube. I mean, I feel like saying, oh, Optimus, he's edgy, bro, just completely discredits the real edgy and like line pushing creators out there. And I'm just gonna openly say it, I'm not one of those people, man. I'm not sitting here, changing up the scene with the things that I say or anything like that. I just get on here and talk about some shit that I find interesting every day, then I get off, man. Like, it's nothing really other than that, I don't stand on anything I've said, but I've used my platform multiple times to stand on things that I've said, including recently when, as an Ohioan, I've helped push for people to basically pressure their local lawmakers into pushing forward a chip factory that would invest $20 billion into my own state and employ thousands of people. And I don't use my platform to do anything except fatten my own pockets, except for the fact that every single video I upload on my channel has a fundraiser attached to it so that my audience can raise money for a bunch of different charities. I mean, we've raised money for children with diseases, veterans, veterans in need of help. We've raised money recently for like cancer charity in honor of Technoblade. We've raised money to help aid people in Ukraine. We've raised money for all kinds of things. I mean, just this year alone, we've raised thousands upon thousands of dollars for multiple different charities. And I don't want to take credit for that at all, to be honest, because it's not me who's donating the money, it's my audience who's donating the money, but pretending like I don't use my platform for the greater good when every single video I upload is encouraging you to donate to charity is kind of just a fucking ridiculous point to make, in my opinion. I mean, if I was really all about doing this for money and I didn't care about anyone else, I wouldn't put any fundraisers on these videos or encourage you guys to donate constantly to these charities or do exclusive charity streams like I've done in the past, or we wouldn't literally take like some of the money from every merch sale to plant 5 trees in different countries around the world to combat climate change or really anything. I mean, I'm not saying that I deserve to be praised for these things or that like I'm a fucking good person for doing these things, but it's kind of ridiculous to just pretend they don't exist and just say, oh, you don't use your platform for anything, bro, because that's just obviously not true. So, for instance, your book, you released that book simply for profit or else you would have released it completely for free. If it truly contains such knowledge on how to do YouTube and be successful, then why shouldn't everyone have access to that information? You could legitimately be changing people's lives with this information on how to successfully run a YouTube channel, yet you put the information behind a paywall and forced whatever amount of money you could out of your fans. I haven't read the book, keywords, I haven't read the book, but it just seems like the same grift these people online do you'd call out. People selling courses on how to get rich or invest are doing exactly what you're doing, and everyone criticizes them, yet you're supposed to be the good guy for doing the same thing but for YouTube. I don't support people who rip people off, and I was stunned when I saw you go down this path. So, he's referring to my book, 10 Years of YouTube, My Journey, which is a 150-page book that I took a month to write that contains a bunch of information on how to start a YouTube channel, basically all the beginner information you'd need. And I even went further than that. I included information on how you can start your own merchandise line, free tools that you can use to start your YouTube career if you don't really have that great of a budget, the history of my 10 years on YouTube, all kinds of different things, right? It wasn't just some book that I printed out for the sake of printing out. I mean, I definitely put a lot of time and effort into it. And funny enough, the people who've purchased the book have mostly had nothing but good things to say about it, but yet it's the people who haven't even read the book or purchased it in the first place that are fucking complaining. So no, it's not the same grift that people are doing online, people selling courses, I guess, on how to get rich. The difference between me and them is, number one, the information that I'm giving you is actually relevant and it's proven to be effective on YouTube. Learning the different things that make a YouTube channel successful is literally provable. And by the way, if you don't even want to buy my book, I understand, but you can also just alternatively take all of your time and reinvest it into using the free YouTube tutorials that people have been creating on the internet for years now. You know what I mean? You don't have to buy my book to become successful on YouTube, but it might increase your chances at least a little bit or help you speed up your process a little bit. I don't know. So the people who are selling these courses are selling $400 courses on how to invest in Forex and all this other bullshit and basically literally ripping people off, creating pyramid schemes and a bunch of other garbage. But I'm the same because I'm selling an ebook for $4 on my website with actual information in it. I guess, man. I guess if you want to equate that $4 purchase, which, by the way, my book is literally cheaper than a gallon of gas. That's how much of a ripoff it is. But apparently it's ripping people off. People love the ripoff then. I mean, I also recently saw you're working on a video game. Not only am I sure it'll be riddled with problems and not finished, but you'll probably even have the balls to release it as a $60 title, even though it's nowhere near that good. You claim you're adding all these features to the game, but like most shitty games coming out these days, I have no doubts that most of what you promise won't even make the final cut. It doesn't even look like it's remotely finished, but yet just because you're Optimus, people will eat it up and you'll sell thousands of copies. Now, I can't sit here and make any predictions on the final product. I'm very certain that it won't be quote-unquote riddled with problems and not finished. We are definitely dedicating a lot of time and effort into the project. I've already got nearly 100 hours into this project and it's not even close to complete. But it's funny that you say that I'm going to release this as a $60 title when repeatedly on Twitter and in the YouTube video that I made just yesterday talking about the development of the game, I've once again repeatedly stated that the game will cost no more than probably like $5, $6, or $7. Right now, the monetization scheme, I guess, for the game is pretty simple. We're not doing microtransactions. We're not adding fucking colorful skins to the game that you gotta pay $5 for. We're not cutting 80% of the game out and putting it behind a paywall paywall. We might not even do paid DLC at all. That's not even really like a full consideration at this point. We might just release, you know, a game with dozens of hours of gameplay for like $5 or $6. I think that's a pretty fair deal. I think most people would agree that's a pretty fair deal. It's not going to be anywhere close to $60. It most likely won't even cross like $7. And that's if the development cost gets higher than anticipated and we end up adding more features to the game than anticipated, which is a real possibility. I mean, it's still early on in development and everything, so, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's even close to remotely finished because it's not remotely close to being finished. I mean, I don't know what you're upset about. Like, we've repeatedly, I keep saying we because I've gotten other developers involved in the project, but I am the vocal voice of the game, so I'm gonna just start referring to myself as I have repeatedly suggested that it's not even close to finished. So if you thought that this was the finished product after I've told you multiple times that it wasn't, I don't even know what to tell you. And I don't even anticipate this game to sell thousands of copies. There's like a 90% chance that making this game is actually going to lose me money. And I knew that going into this because game development isn't cheap. We're paying developers a very, very good price to work on this game. I mean, developers on this project are making sometimes double what people make at a normal job just to make a YouTuber's video game. And I don't anticipate it to sell thousands of copies. It's my first game I've ever made. You know, people aren't just gonna buy it simply because it's my game. I don't think, at least. I think you have to actually show people a finished or good product to make them even worthy of wanting to purchase the game in the first place. I mean, I've stood on this point way too many times before to just release a piece of shit cash grab, you know what I mean? Now let's talk about your Watch Optimus grift. You claim you're making exclusive content for these people who pay $10 a month, but it's just like all the rest of your videos. I don't know why people are paying for this when they could use that money to buy a Netflix subscription and watch literally thousands of shows in better quality, or literally any other streaming service. No one cares about your content that much, bro. You're doing YouTube, not a professional show. Everything about you just screams, I want money, and I don't support that. To end this, I just want to say congratulations on losing a longtime fan. I can't believe this happened, as I used to be such a huge supporter of your content, but I guess it is what it is. Goodbye. Alright, so apparently he's mad about the Watch Optimus grift, quote unquote. So if you don't know what that is, basically, I have like a channel membership / a membership you can buy on OptiWorld, and what it is, I make exclusive videos for people who pay $10 a month. They're usually like 3 to 5 minutes long. They're pretty similar to the videos I make now, except it's just extra content. It's videos that I never would have planned uploading or making for the actual like public on YouTube. So you're basically just paying $10 a month to get like 10 or 15 extra videos. Like, it's just something you do if you really support the channel, you really want to see extra content here around here. It's something, you know, that dozens of people initially were very supportive of, and the membership has only grown over time. Like, as time goes on, more and more people are supporting this Watch Optimus grift. And the funniest part about it is, since, you know, it's just apparently quote-unquote exclusive content, which is very suggestive to me, well over 90% of the people who have purchased Watch Optimus subscriptions have not canceled them. So that's pretty weird. Like, if I was just ripping people off and I wasn't really making exclusive content and people really didn't care about my content that much, then why is the very overwhelming majority of people who are buying this supportive of it? And he says, you're doing YouTube, not a professional show. Do you realize what the word professional means? Like, I don't know. Usually, like, when you make an extremely solid living off of something and you have become, like, you know, in this instance, somebody with over 1 million subscribers, and you generate hundreds of thousands of views a day, usually at that point you can be considered like a professional, right? It's like saying, you know, somebody who works, who like plays basketball, right? You know, LeBron James, you're doing basketball, bro, not a professional game. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Of course I'm professionally a YouTuber. That's stupid. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. That's where the email ends. I just wanted to kind of address this and talk about it because honestly, I find it pretty fucking funny. Like, there's really people out there that like kind of morph the view of this to the point that they like turn me into a supervillain. I don't know. Like, I don't know what these fucking people who think like this think I am. I don't know. It just sounds like a miserable ass person. And that's okay. I get it. There's miserable people out there that don't like to see people succeed or have fun or do something that they love. They get jealous. That's okay. I get it, man. But I just wanted to address this because I don't know how widespread these beliefs are. I don't know if this is really what my audience thinks of me, but I had to just shut that shit down a little bit. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, I guess getting fucking exposed, man. And signing out.